Hey, party people. Zobrek here again. Throwing that link out so that you can do my Moxfield if you want. Apologies, I do not have a stand that works for this particular setup, so guess we're just gonna freestyle it. But anyways, yeah, here's a look at some of my decks. This Tabrex and the Elder Lords of the Underworld, if you get the South Park reference there. That's a fun one. Here's a Kalia that I've kind of torn apart already. Well, it's I'd be able to recover it, but I've taken out all sorts of stuff for other things. This Sphinx was too good for it being a party and dungeon deck, so he's in the 99 instead. And yeah, I changed that one quite a bit recently. But and yeah, I've still got this 5-color OK Timmy, because yeah, I had like everything in the kitchen sink, including Kalia, in the package for that deck. But this video is about the decks that I'm wanting to make soon. So give me a moment. Alright, alright, that should be pretty good. Alright, so Jaren, you lose life. You try to lose, get your life total exactly 13 life, and then you can flip him. And I don't know. Some of my build rounds are to accomplish like the dumbest thing ever, but I think he would be fun. All right, show must go on. Got detained for I don't know, an hour or more, something like that. But anyways, so yeah, I don't know. A mono black version of the Jared in Orem would definitely be fun, but then also the Orzhov having Mr. Negative be the commander, but then Jaren slash Orem 1 second. Being like the hidden commander, or lieutenant to the commander. I don't know. Those two decks would be completely different decks. So if I did the style, which that's another video where in fact I already have details to how to show you guys that. I've got several decks where I've got a commander, but then I've got a lieutenant or maybe even multiple lieutenants in the 99 that make the deck fire off way better than the commander by itself. But anyways, I have a feeling I would like Jaren as a monocolor black, and then the Mr. Negative version would make it to where, you lose all that life, but then you gain it all back. But anyways, so there's that one. The like I said in 2 videos at this point, I'm switching from the Cluth to the Ralph and Mikey, and I went into some of the differences between the current version and the other one, and I'm planning on putting both versions of the deck on Moxfield at some point. Excuse me. Down below at the Is It, I do have a really, really good coin flip deck for Urshree. Do I occasionally shoot myself for like 30 damage and then die horribly? Sure. But otherwise, it wins in stupidly fun ways at times. And yeah, Jura, or however you say her. Sometimes I'll play that exact same deck because for the most part the lands can be very, very similar. But yes, if I'm probably going to end up with 2 different decks for this one. I definitely want to keep the coin flip deck, but I want to make a more artifact centric one that has Jorah and then the Lady Octopus from the Spider-Man one. That would be a fun build around. Next, I used to have Italian deck. It was mostly just generic Dimir. I think at some point I will make an Oscar deck, but I haven't thought out at all what that would even look like. But I have thought about Yuriko and then making like a ninjas, snakes, and merfolk type deck out of Yuriko. Maybe some Masswood Nexus as well to tribal them into being ninjas for this commander. Other things I got going on, I did make a Tamir deck, which had Estir. It was a Giants deck for these three colors. And wow, Animar. Hold on, let me check the price here. Yeah, Animar has jumped up a lot. I bought it when I bought a whole bunch of cards, kind of when Commander Masters came out, and so it was significantly lower when it was brand new, which was at a fairly similar time to then. But yeah, I'm gonna keep the whole Giants theme and then move to this commander, but also have it kind of play the way the other video with Ralph and Mikey had, where I care about power matters, power and cost matter style deck, but focus more on all the giants that would be fun if they'll actually act right. They I imagine Tamir would be much easier to do as dragons, and I have a friend who has done that, but I prefer to sculpt my own territory, and yeah, I kind of want to go I kind of want to see if I can actually make giants work. Animar will probably make it into the 99 of that deck, but I really want to see how well it'll work with this one instead, and see if I can do a better job of making it not, because it's kind of a Izzet Giants deck that just happens to have green as well. When I'm 3-color, I like for the third color to be very, very minimal, but when you're in Tamir, it feels like green needs to be heavy. So yeah, I'm at odds with myself when I make certain 3-color decks, and it showed in the Giants deck. Last and at least currently least, because I did buy both the original Strixhaven Simic deck and then the one that came before it, the one with the serpent from Commander Legends. And I actually smashed both of those together. It was one of the very first Commander decks I ever had. So yeah, outside of that and a mono black control deck, those are like my oldest, mean something to my heart style decks. But this one does seem to be the type of Simic that I might be like, you know what, I'm gonna try that out and see what I think. Although traditionally I haven't been a massive fan of copying things at all, be it spells or creatures. But, I've kind of, instead of relying on copy tokens, I kind of then just put a 2, a 2 in the upper left-hand corner to say, yeah, 2 of that guy are in play. But anyway, these are my decks that I'm currently thinking about making, and like I said, I will make another video talking about lieutenants fairly soon. We'll talk to you next time. Hit the likes and subscribes and everything else. Thank you.